Hey Capricorn, it's the Tipsy Intuitive here to do your general life reading for February 1st through the 15th. I hope that you guys are doing well and thank you so much for being here with me. Let's get right into it. So, as I was meditating on you guys and trying to get into your energy, I heard a couple of messages. The first one was wag the dog. The second one was mountains out of molehills. And the third one it was I'm Not That Innocent. I think it's a Britney Spears song. But we'll see how all of that ties in for you guys to this reading. I started by pulling a few oracle cards to get the overall energy for you guys. Now, the first one that came out is Loyal Heart. The second one that came out is Share Your Voice, Come Out of the Cave, Persecution, Expression. The third one that came out is The Crumbling, What Are You Clinging On To? And the last one that came out is The Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, and soul tribe. So we'll see how all of that fits in with your reading. We'll start with a little bit of tarot to get a sense of the energy that's surrounding you right now. So for my Capricorns, okay, that's a lot of cards. What's your current? And that's another lot of cards. Okay, apparently there's a lot going on and Spirit has a lot to say, but hopefully we can narrow it down to just one or two cards. There we go. We have the Ace of Swords for your current energy. For obstacles, challenges, and what might be hidden, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have the Devil. And for the potential outcome, we have the Fool. All right, so let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit more. We will start with your current energy. And we have the Six of Swords for challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden from you. We have the Three of Wands. Advice from Spirit. We have the Hermit. And for the potential outcome, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some oracle cards and see if there are any more messages from Spirit for my Capricorns. Okay, we have two that popped out for your current energy. We have allowing and we also have patterns. For obstacles, challenges, and what might currently be hidden from you, okay, we have a few. Darkest before dawn, highest expression, and say affirmations. For advice from Spirit, we have respond versus react. And for the potential outcome, we have being love. Okay, so let's get into this. So with the current energy that's sort of surrounding you right now, we have the Loyal Heart, Share Your Voice, the Crumbling, and the Great Gathering. So it feels as though you're going through a little bit of turmoil right now. But what I'm getting from these cards and the messages that I received during meditation is that things might not be as bad as they necessarily appear. And what you're focusing on right now that seems to be a big issue in your life is sort of it's something that's small that you're using to sort of deflect your attention from what you actually should be focusing on right now at this point in time. It seems like there's something in your life that you are wedded to, but there might not necessarily be a good reason as to why you're doing that. And it might not be something that you're quite able to articulate because it might not be something that you can explain readily why you're still holding on to this particular thing, but it seems to be very problematic. And while you're trying to work your way through it, there's a challenge that you're not necessarily addressing. But at the same time, I also think that this might be a necessary part of the process to be able to deal with the sort of bigger issue at hand in your life right now. So, when we look at your current energy, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, we also have allowing, relax, enjoy yourself, have faith, allow situations to unfold, answers come, and the highest outcome. And we also have patterns. Be aware of dating patterns, stop what doesn't work, subliminals, and change subconscious patterns. So I think with these cards, you are very much looking forward to moving into a calmer place. And even with the sort of choppy waters that are around you right now, you're going with the flow a little bit, but at the same time, taking a moment to really assess what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, what's worked for you, what hasn't. But there's this sense of optimism that whatever challenges you're experiencing now, that you'll get past them and you'll sort of be able to have this fresh new start, living in your authenticity, doing what you want, and kind of living life on your terms. When we look at the challenges and obstacles and what might be hidden, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Three of Wands, and then we have three oracle cards that came out. The first, breakdown before breakthrough. Major shift is in progress, dissolving barriers and ascending. We also have highest expression, fulfilling life purpose, soul contract, destiny, co-creating with universe, bliss and knows worth. And we also have say affirmations, state as I am, manifesting happens in present tense in a present life, believable to you. So I think with this, you're trying to get past something, right? This sort of perceived slight or betrayal by either somebody, a situation, or just the universe at large. And you're trying to figure out when there's going to be some sort of resolution to this issue that you've been experiencing. And what you can't see is that, you know, no matter how poorly you view your circumstances right now, that this is just what's occurring before, the sort of sun breaks through the clouds, when the rain stops and you see the rainbow and all of that good stuff. But while you're in the thick of things, you're finding it a little bit challenging to figure out how to manifest what it is that you want. And it almost feels like you view the situation as being dire, like, oh my God, there's no way out of this. And even in those moments where you think, oh, it'll get better, it's temporary, it almost feels like you don't necessarily believe that. And so there's a bit of a defeated attitude here. And I don't think that that's truly how you feel, or how or a place where you're comfortable in being, but you're having a little bit of a rough time seeing that things will work out, that everything is going to come together at some point. So, what we have for the advice from Spirit, we have the Devil, we have the Hermit, and we also have respond versus react. Express from a loving place, old trigger, trauma yields drama, new beneficial thought patterns. So, what Spirit is saying here is that it's time to go within a little bit and reevaluate the way that you view the situations around you. It's not as catastrophic as you believe. And I think that there's a big difference in being able to respond to these little bumps that we experience in life rather than have a sort of knee jerk reaction to something that's happened. So, maybe an example of that is if you stub your toe in the morning when you get out of bed, instead of, cursing the skies and shaking your fist at the universe and saying, "Oh my God, I'm doomed. This day is going to be horrible." That's a knee-jerk reaction. A response would be, "Damn, that hurt. I wonder if that's going to leave a bruise." If you're a lady who enjoys pedicures, like, did that chip my nail? Oh, okay. Keep it moving. That's a response. So, Spirit is saying to shift your thought patterns when you hit these obstacles in life, and don't look at it as something that's permanent. Don't look at it as something that's necessarily life altering. Look at it as something that you can think through logically, that you can process, that you don't necessarily have to have a toxic reaction to. What we have for the potential outcome for you guys is the Fool. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, and we also have being love. Exude love in all that you do. Oneness, like attracts like, unconditionally loving self and all. So I think whatever it is that you're going through right now, it'll be fine. You're going to stop rejecting the goodness that's around you. You're going to take a leap of faith in knowing that everything is okay, and you're going to move forward with a new energy and a new perspective on how to deal with things in your life. And I think that this bump that you're experiencing now is going to be sort of a good training ground for other larger things that you might have sort of put on the back burner so you can focus on whatever small thing this is right now. So, this is good practice. This is sort of the training ground for you in having faith and being able to affirm that no matter what, you're going to be fine. So let's pull one last oracle card for you guys and see if there are any last messages from Spirit before we close this out. Okay. And so what we have for you Capricorns for the final message, do something different. And I think this ties into, going within and reevaluating how you address situations, responding versus reacting, which may be something that you've done in the past, sort of blowing up a small thing that in the grand scheme of life really isn't as huge a deal as maybe you've made it out to be. So I hope that this was helpful and I hope that this resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and share with family and friends. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.